bloated fat bastard, right? Right? I'm not even that fat. It just looks like that, right? I'm 5'10", 168, so I'm actually kind of trim. What's up, people? Yeah. Yeah, they are holding me back, my friend. You got it. You got it. Nobody likes the guy that just speaks the truth. Nobody likes me, right? I have a small head too. I'm telling you, it's a small head thing. I've never paid for a view. That's kind of why YouTube doesn't like me. I've never paid anything. I've never paid for a boost, a tick, or a click. I've never paid Google a dime. So they've relegated me to the basement or the dungeon of YouTube. I don't get picked up on the algos. I guess I don't use keywords. I don't even know how actually anymore. So it's up to you, my friends. Thank you for spread my videos, and they are long form videos. That's kind of why also, my friends. I tend to go on a little bit longer than I should because right now I've just lost half my viewership, right? The attention span is 15 seconds, 30 seconds, and 1 minute at best. But I don't know which video I even put up yesterday because I was doing 3 videos. I was doing TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube at the same time. That was something, right? But I want to just say one thing. If you think that the market went up yesterday because of something positive, no. The only positive that happened yesterday was that Trump, for the first time in history, in my opinion, he admitted that he's an imbecile. He's like, holy shit, I actually might have broke something here. Man, maybe I should correct it by reeling some of this stuff back. Maybe I shouldn't have come out with a oak tag of numbers to scare the shit out of everybody. Right? And that's the only reason the market went up yesterday, because he said he finally admitted that he was wrong about something for the first time ever. Like, that's the reason I hate the guy, because he knows more about everything than everybody, right? And that's really what it comes down to. I don't hate walls or rounding up terrorists or, securing the borders or any of this stuff. I just don't like him because he's a douche. But yesterday, douchebag in charge called Kenny Glick and told him to buy calls in the QQQ before the move happened. I ain't hating on him now. Are you kidding me? He basically called CNBC. He's like, hey, I'm about to reel this shit back and the markets are going to rip. Tell everybody to buy calls. He literally told people to buy calls in the QQQ. And he allowed us to front run the order. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, here's the difference. We all hate the politicians, right, who make the deal. They call their, unemployed nephew. So I'm a politician, and I'm working on, let's just say, a pipeline deal, right? And the company wants to do a deal. It's going to be a $30 billion deal. It's going to make this company huge, right? And they have to negotiate with some governor in Montana. I don't know, right? So the negotiations are happening, right? And the deal is done. The Montana governor now, the Montana politician, knows the deal is going to be announced in 2 weeks. So now he calls his unemployed nephew, hey, shithead, buy calls in this oil company or whatever it is, because in 2 weeks we're going to announce this $20 billion deal. That is insider trading, and that goes on all the time. What happened yesterday, it's blatant what's happening here, and if you don't think that Trump was shorting the market and then buying the market, of course he is, right? They all do it. And he knows he's going to move the market. But yesterday, he allowed us to front run the manipulation. Come on. Right? He allowed us, he called CNBC and said, tell the people to buy calls right now. And then he released the news that made the market go up. He let us in on the inside information. He tried. Were you paying attention? CNBC actually said it. You want to be buying calls right now. And then 20 minutes later, woof. So I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I don't like the guy, but he did you all a favor yesterday. Now, he didn't do investors a favor. You're still getting hammered. But I will take these 7 days and bottle them for the rest of my life because this is the market that I've always dreamt about. 5% up and down every 3 days or every day now. Up, down 5%, 12%, 10%, 15%. Oh my God. If you can't make a day's pay in this market, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, it's absurd. I mean, do you understand you could have shorted volatility products fell 50%? Do you know what that even means? You shorting UVIX was in the hundreds. It closed at $45. It's insane. More insane was the AMD move. I mean, there was obviously the whole move was insane. It was miraculous, really. That was a melt up, just like a crash. It was a crash upwards because one algorithm triggers the next, triggers the next, triggers the next, and then we just had a melt up. But remember, my Trump fans out there, the market didn't go up because there was a deal made. 70 countries didn't reach out to negotiate. No countries reached out to negotiate. You know, when they put up, I saw something that said up to 70 countries called to negotiate. It's like, you ever see the signs when a furniture store is going out of business? Up to 75% of everything in the store. And you walk in, they're not going out of business, and they got a rug that's on sale for 70% off and everything else is regular price. Up to 70 countries are calling. Nobody's calling. Nobody's calling. There were no deals made. But he finally admitted he was wrong about something, and that's why the market rallied, because that in itself was an unprecedented moment. Fuckhead, the reason I hate him the most is because he claims to know more about everything than everybody, right? He's an expert in everything. I mean, do you even remember COVID when he said, I'm walking through the hospital and I don't need to be do with Trump. I'm walking through the hospital and the doctors are coming up to me and saying, man, you should be a doctor. You know more about this than most people. No doctor came up to Trump and said, you should be a doctor because you know more about this infectious disease than anybody. Nobody said that. Nobody. I don't understand why he says those type of things, because he makes people like me despise him. See, that's some imbecilic shit. And that's why I don't like the guy. I love a wall. I do. I love isolationism. I love law and order. Right? I love rounding up these sand rats. You know how I feel about that, right? So he's doing a lot of things that I want to see. And again, the Democrats are the pro-Palestinian party now. You lost me forever. Me and my friends ain't coming back. Big Al ain't coming back. What up, Dad? And, you know, I'm a Republican, but I'm also not a fan of this guy at all. Anyway, I'm an anarchist, really. But why am I even talking about this? Let's talk about the market. That move yesterday now actually needs a correction. It was so massive. So I think the Qs are going to pull back to around 443, where they double top broke out yesterday, which was the miracle in itself. Hello. Seeing the Qs breaking 443, I was like, wow, I gotta get involved again, because I was selling into the move and then I had to buy back, and then it quickly sold. You know, most of what I was doing was selling the volatility, trying to get my revenge. And again, I was so close, so close. I was hoping for one more real scary market movement. I was hoping to see UVXY at like 80 or maybe the 120, and then I was going to put everything in. I was going all in. But UVIX now turns out to be even more fun. UVIX is the Ultra VIX, and that was absolutely insane. I was shorting at $97, covering at 94, thinking I was a hero, getting short again at 93, covering at 90. Next thing you know, it plummets to 88, and I'm like, ooh, what happened? And then it bounced a little bit. I was like, all right, that's nothing. And then somebody said they said to buy Qs on CNBC. Something happened, and then woof down to 70. I shorted again at 70, and all hell broke loose. I just didn't put enough. Again, when you're in the moment, you're not thinking the volatility products are about to drop 50%, and you're certainly not thinking the Qs are about to go up 12%. But today you'll have probably, the only thing about the disappointing part about this morning is that we're already down. Because I came in guns blazing, looking to short shit this morning, and a lot of what I was going to do has already happened. So I'm going to sit back and wait to see what happens. We'll watch the volatility products, and I think it's going to be a kind of a choppy mess today. So, I'm sure there'll be a day's pay. I'm actually going to be looking to short Delta Airlines specifically because the move was a 28% move yesterday on Delta Airlines. Some of these stocks you're never going to see days like Apple. It went from having the 2 worst days in the history of its life to the number 1 day of its life. So, that's probably going to give back some. It's a great time to be a trader. That's for shit sure. And speaking of that, I'm probably going to have some guy, my volatility, not my institutional trade guy, come on tonight. I got to give him a call, see if they're around. But we'll be around tonight probably. I don't even know what to expect now going into the weekend. I'm in 100% cash, and the algorithm is working. Solid has now broke the code, and here's the sick part. After the Qs popped around 436, his algo said, we're looking for a 25-point move in the Qs. And I was like, 25 points? What the hell are you talking about? And he's like, well, if we break here, there's, again, it's all computers. And we didn't just get a 25-point move, we got a 36-point move in the Qs. Fucking nuts. But it was projected. And the algorithms was telling us that you just got to hold on. And that was it. You didn't even have a chance to sell. Right? It was nuts. You didn't have a chance to sell if you were long. That's how fast it was going up. And then when it didn't have a reversion trade, like you had one green candle, and then you hovered, you didn't even pull back. I was like, oh my God, you're not even pulling back right now after that candle? Oh my God, we are gonna go. And then we went again and again and again. I never thought I'd be this excited about trading ever again. I've lived some crazy days in this industry. Yesterday was, Monday was amazing. Tuesday was, I like a day like Tuesday when the gap gives it up. Plus it was so calculated. We got to the double top, 443 on the Qs, rolls over, breaks VWAP. It was a pretty nice trade. Yesterday, we were playing both sides until the Qs broke over the 427.50. And the 427.50, at 430, you're thinking, yay, good trade. Yeah. And then at 443, you got to like, oh my God, I got to buy back. Oh my God. And then the Qs are moving, they were moving in 3-point increments. Think about the market cap alone. It's like the Qs are moving now like a penny stock. And the market cap underneath is just so astronomical that it's hard to not appreciate the fact that we are in the hands of the matrix now. Like, these aren't humans making calls to their clients. I'm thinking Microsoft's a good buy down here on this correction, so let's pick up some Microsoft. Before he's done making that phone call, the stock's up 12%. Stocks moved yesterday more than you could see a stock move in an entire year in 20 minutes. That's not how the market's supposed to work. But maybe after all this volatility is done, we'll go back to a normalized market where you shouldn't expect 20% returns every year, where the Reddit people or the Moon people, these people need to go away. The idea that every stock's going to go up 10x and they're getting rewarded for these moronic calls. And it's about time that the long only analyst like Tom Lee gets some comeuppance. You know, it's about time, because again, the thing about the bull market and the cliche is it makes geniuses out of everybody. Tom Lee is the poster child, and I'm saying he's a smart guy. I'm sure he's a nice fella too, right? But if you're always saying buy the dip, you got to buy stocks, we're going higher, it's kind of disingenuous. And so now where is he, right? Give me, let me see what you got now, Tom Lee. Tell me where to buy, where's the bottom, where we're going to be by the end of the year, right? If you could predict now where we're going to be, even just like 3 weeks from now, that's impressive, you know? All right. Well, anyway, email me. We'll probably go in the old room tonight, and we'll do some schmoozing. No DJ, but yeah. And wait, this guy. Wait, bring this guy back on. Hold on. There he is. This guy. Yeah, he told you to buy Algorand at $2.50 because it was going to go up. That guy right there. Yeah, that used car salesman that's on TV talking about the stock market as if he knows anything. See that guy on the TV, right? That guy on the TV, Scaramucci, he came on our show, right? And he pitched Algorand, it's some token or something, right? It was at $2.50. And he said you should expect 200x. He said this should be a 200,000% return in the next couple of years at $2.50. Algo X, right? And I was like, ooh, if I'm going to buy a new cryptocurrency, I love that name because, again, I still own the same ones I bought: Bitcoin, Tron, Ripple, and Dogecoin. Still own all that crap from 2017, so I'm still up. I bought Dogecoin when it was Dogecoin, not Doge, before Elon Musk, before everybody. I bought Tron because, hey, if you're going to buy fake currency, you might as well buy something called Tron, right? Jeff Bridges, Tron. And Ripple, of course I'm buying Ripple. I didn't even have to, I didn't care what it was. Ripple, I love the Grateful Dead. I'm in Ripple. So when I heard this guy pitch an algo, I was like, I'm not going to buy it because he's telling me to buy it, right? So it went from 250 all the way to 9 cents. I was like, oh shit, 250. He's telling you to buy it at 250, and now it's at 9 cents. I'm in. I bought it at 9 cents. You know where it went? 45. I'm a genius, I guess, right? I'm up 500%. This guy's telling you to buy it at 250, and he's on the TV. See, he's on the TV, and I'm sitting on my couch. This guy, he's on the TV. He's on the TV. A week after he came on our show, they shut their fund down because so many people were trying to exit that guy. And I'm sitting on my couch. You know why? Because I talk like this. And I haven't wrote a book. So I'm going to write a book, and maybe that'll help me get on the TV. But nobody likes the guy that talks truth. Nobody likes me, right? Well, you guys do, right? And there's a reason I've been doing this for 30 years, and you've seen my evolution. My kid's about to graduate college in 30 days. Think about that. Remember when I was trading with him on my lap? My other daughter's a freshman in Georgia right now. I'm from Brooklyn. What's up, kid? So, and I'm really not that fat. I just look fat in this picture. Hello. It was a fake book. Yeah, I only wrote 2 pages, but the cover was funny, right? I think I'm going to write a book and just call it "You Think You Know Something," or "Nobody Knows Shit." That's actually the name. That should actually be the name of the book. Nobody knows shit. You know who knows shit? My friend Soligello and my other pal Mike Noss. You know why? Because they programmed now algorithms around the VWAP, around price action, and that's all it does. It doesn't care who the president is. It doesn't care about earnings. It doesn't care about anything except price. And yesterday, it was spitting out the idea that if we break 430, we might go up 25 points. And we wound up going up 36 points. It's crazy. So that's where I want to be. And I think that's where you all want to be. And inevitably, what I'm trying to do here is we'll raise some money. I'll get some legalese involved. You know, again, because I'm not allowed to manage money without having licenses. I don't want to get licenses. I don't want to have to take this shit serious. So there's these companies that you can basically build a hedge fund without having a hedge fund. These profit sharing companies like eToro and there's a bunch of them. And I don't know how much we could scale it, but they're out there. And I'm thinking once we get this thing up and running, and if you guys want to participate, we could probably do it on a small scale, but I don't know if you could scale it up. For instance, let's say, you know, the idea is that I put the trade on, and then whatever I'm doing, it gets done in your account simultaneously. But if we're doing it on a large scale, let's say there's 500 of us, and I put a trade in, you know, buy 300 Broadcom, and it goes across 500 different platforms, we're going to be like, there's no way we're going to get a decent price and aggregate that across 500 different, you know, 5 different accounts. So I don't know. We'll figure it out. But right now, suffice it to say, it's working. It's spitting out winners. It's telling you where to get in, projected move. The entry is the easy part, and then the scaling out is where you gotta finagle the algorithm a little bit. But it's working, and I'm pretty excited about it. So if I had to think, and again, this guy in my chat room, his name is Sid. Like when I talk about what I think's gonna happen, he's like, "But you said it was good. You said it was good." Sid, if you're out there listening, it's not about what I say. I mean, you've known me, for like 5 years now? What are you, Jimmy? It's not about, so here's what I'm saying. I think the market could pull back to 443, the double top breakout from yesterday. Does that mean I'm going to be short all day if the Qs break the VWAP and start ripping up again? It's not about what I think. It's lovely when what I think's going to happen gets validated by the VWAP, but we trade as if we're computers and robots. That's the only way to survive now, baby. You put what you think and your emotions aside, and you do what's happening. That's how to trade, Sid. And that's the only way to trade, Sid. So keep your mouth shut in the chat room and try to stop trying to cause trouble and rile me up, or I'm going to boot you. All right? All right. I'll see you guys in the room.